Aquarius, this is your April 16th to April 30th general read. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. April 16th to the 30th, 2021. It's general. Again, it's not going to resonate with everyone. That's okay. I urge you to check out your other signs as they continue to be loaded. Plenty of other readings on the channel, plenty of other channels and readers. All right. So I hope these messages find everyone in good wealth and good health and good spirits. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for your support. Thank you for allowing me to connect with you. Let's see what's going on. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the latter part of April 2021. Scorpion. Interesting because we'll be in Scorpio full moon. The 26th, the 27th, I believe. Okay, in a new relationship, passion offers the challenge of ecstasy and pain. Okay, in a new relationship, passion offers the challenge of ecstasy and pain. Yeah, there is pain and pleasure. That was, what's his name's entire deal, wasn't it? The Marquis de Sade. I mean, I guess it depends on who you ask, yeah? But, you know, nothing is perfect is kind of what I'm getting with this. You know, you've got to kind of accept the good and the bad. And just as passionate as something can be when channeled incorrectly or not channeled at all, it can be just that volatile. You know, we've been talking about this. Something like this has been coming through in the dailies and the real shit messages. Feel free to check those out if you do feel so inclined. There is no light without dark. There is no bad without good. There is no yin without yang. There's no masculine without feminine. There's no, you know what I mean? So you have to kind of take this good with the bad, you know? So yeah, there's a lot of crazy, I'm hearing intense, passionate, sort of expression. And I'm actually seeing two people, roll around in this sort of red, satin setting. It's very, very passionate, very sensual, very sexual. It's very raw. It's very almost I say almost unattainable is kind of what it's feeling like. But is it unattainable? No, I don't believe it's just non-existent. I think it's very much can be obtained depending on, you know, how you're willing to perceive that, how far you're willing to take it, and how I'm hearing like how much you're willing to let yourself go. So yeah, anyways, the challenge of ecstasy and pain. So it offers the challenge of ecstasy and pain. So in these states of complete bliss and ecstasy, you're also making yourself vulnerable and opening yourself up for pain and to get stung. Also, I will say that what's coming through is this like extreme scenario of passion. It's like the ultimate, you know, love making experience. And then where do you go from there? Are you forever trying to top that? Are you, you know, sort of getting down on yourself or your partner because it is no longer that? Are you comparing your current partner or the person you've chosen to settle down with? I'm seeing this for a number of you, to something else that was a fling. So here's like what they're showing me is with this fling, you didn't take it that serious. So you were able to just really let go completely in this space, which opened you up to experience things maybe on a level that you hadn't before. And so it's sort of unfair to compare apples and oranges, right? You know, one isn't even a citrus, you know, and it's sort of that, it's that type of situation. It's like, well, you're not opening yourself up for that in another situation. So how could you compare it and expect it to be that? It can only be as much as you allow it. Now, for others of you, I am seeing you might want to brace yourself for this intense, they're showing me a shipwreck. Okay. So beautiful ship. I mean, look at how beautiful the Titanic was. I mean, could you only imagine to be a passenger on that before you knew it was going to crash? I mean, just what a time, right? And then the ultimate shipwreck. Okay, so brace yourself for that. And of course, this is not the end all be all. You know, we read tarot to see where the energies are. If we don't like it, we see possible outcomes if we follow this path or that path, and that is what allows us to change it. So okay, we're gonna get back to this. All right, let's continue on. The sloth. Consider the smallness of your needs and treasure what you possess. And that's kind of what I was going over here. I do feel like someone is comparing a little bit a relationship, one relationship to another, or one experience to another. That's not quite fair. Okay, there does seem to be a little bit of unfairness happening in this comparison. Like I said, apples and oranges, but it's really not even apples and oranges. It's like, no offense, but it's coming through more like potatoes and oranges. Like, yeah, totally. Like, at least apples and oranges are both a fruit, right? Potato, some would argue, is not even a vegetable. It's a root. You know, it's like some would argue that you're not even supposed to be eating potatoes, depending on where you come from and what your diet is. Okay, so really not able to compare this. So consider the smallness of your needs and treasure what you possess. You know, I watched, if y'all follow Zoe, he had an episode yesterday. Damn, what was the name of My Neighbor's Window, or The Neighbor's Window, or something like that. And it was so representative of this energy that we're getting here. And like one person, or one family, excuse me, they were in apartment buildings, right? Big city, across from one another. Neither one of them, for whatever reason, had blinds or drapes. I don't know, give me line, whatever, but it wouldn't have been a movie if they had drapes, right? We got to have a plot. So the whole thing is this, you know, older couple with 3 kids. They're not in their 20s anymore. They're staring out the window at the other couple the entire time. And the other couple they're young, they're attractive, they're built, they're sexy, they're having sex nonstop, they're having parties nonstop, they're drinking, they're living it up. They never go to work. It's like amazing, right? And they're so just in awe with their life. Well, and they can't even focus on what they have, because they start getting angry with one another, because one is like, I mean, they even go as far as to get binoculars so they can get an up close and personal look at what's going on over there. Okay. And then, you know, in the end, spoiler alert, the dude, the other dude over there, the young dude, he gets cancer or whatever, or at least, you know, it's insinuated that he gets cancer. He's very sick. He passes away. And the women end up, you know, meeting. She goes out there to see the body being taken away. And the other lady, you know, tells her like, oh, you stay across from us. I hope this isn't creepy, but my husband and I would watch your family and your beautiful, you know, your daughter is so funny, and you and your husband, you know, and you breastfeeding the kid and da-da-da-da-da. So one was over here envying the life of the other, because they had children, they had marriage, they had the family, the life that, you know, kind of, I guess everyone, not everyone, but, you know, a lot of people strive for. And the other couple who had the family and the husband and the wife and the work and the kid, you know, and they were envying the other couple because they had mad passionate sex, and they had parties, and they had friends, and they had luxury, you know, and they had time, and they had great bodies, and, you know, and so it was really just about being in the moment and truly being able to treasure what you possess, and not spending all of your time envious on what the other person or people have, you know. And I talk about this all the time. Never be envious of what someone else has, because you don't know A, what they did to get it, and you don't know B, what they're doing to keep it. Okay, so yeah. Consider the smallness of your needs and treasure what you possess. So if you do catch yourself in a little bit of a selfish moment over here, caught up in this passion or this comparison continues to want to come out for you. Aquarius, I almost said Sagittarius, so someone that may play a role. I don't know. I haven't done Sagittarius yet. So there may be a little bit of crossover energy there. Nonetheless, if you do catch yourself in that energy, just remind yourself to go a little bit slower, to be a little bit more compassionate or empathetic, and even considerate of the ones around you and the smallness of your needs. You know, really, really embrace what you've been given or what you've worked hard for. Let's face it, not everybody's been given things. You know, some of us have had to work very hard for what we have. And that's okay too. Embrace what you have, okay? And also, I will say this, you can create this passion and ecstasy in this same energy. You may have to work a little harder. You may have to set aside a little more time. You may have to plan accordingly depending on your situation or the scenario. But do understand that when you have these sort of profound experiences, and let's face it, those levels of passion and intimacy and sexual pleasures, like when it gets that deep, that high, that like just complete that those states of ecstasy, it is a spiritual experience on its own. Okay, but whenever you set yourself up for that, if you are not careful, you can leave yourself always trying to get back to that. And you can put yourself in this sort of weird state of nostalgia, which I see a lot of people doing. It's kind of like it's the same thing whenever you have these, when you have these major fasts, like you have these 7 days or 30-day fasts, or you go 30 days raw, or you go to these, ayahuasca spiritual retreats and stuff like that. And you have these really profound blast offs and breakthroughs where you are completely immersed in a whole nother realm in a spiritual world. And then when you come down, instead of taking the time to process that, appreciate that, put it where it's supposed to be and continue on and let yourself grow from that until you build up to another one of those experiences, it's like you're forever trying to obtain that high, that breakthrough, that ultimate, kind of experience again. And it can leave you really stuck in a rut. So the message really here, Aquarius, is to sort of, to really kind of step back, pull back, step off, slow down, and consider the smallness of your needs. Really, really embrace and appreciate what you do have, what you do possess, and what those experiences have brought you, and how you may be able to grow from those experiences. Okay, especially coming into in the latter part of this month and building up to the Scorpio full moon, which is going to make us want to go deeper anyways. And so that may be a perfect opportunity and time for you to utilize, if it is like raw passion and ecstasy and intimate experiences that you're looking for with a romantic partner. You may want to set something up, ceremonial or ritualistic, or even just a great night, outside, inside, candlelit, fun lights, whatever it is for you. You may want to take that time and utilize that energy for that type of experience. It would be a great one for it. So yeah, there is that. Let's get one more of these cards out here, and then we'll jump into some other cards. Okay, the Black Panther, sensuality and passion stir beneath a cloak of secrecy. I think if this is your energy, Aquarius, you may not even realize that your partner also is experiencing this. Okay, or if you are the cross watcher, you may not realize that your Aquarius is experiencing this and wanting this and sort of in this sort of same energy. Okay, I do feel somewhat of a disconnect here. There may be children involved, or a lot of work, or someone may feel like, look at how sort of strong, that Scorpion looks super strong. That Black Panther looks super strong, intimidating. And then in between here, you have the Sloth. Sloth is just not that intimidating, right? Especially not after Ice Age, when you think of said. Sloth is just not that intimidating. And also, here with the baby and just kind of moving along real slow, taking care of business, making sure that they don't drop the kid. You've got these two super strong, passionate energies, but in between them, you have this very slow, mundane, taking care of business, cautious sort of behavior. There's a time and a place for everything. I will tell you that. There's a time and a place for everything. And you may need, Aquarius, or cross watcher for your Aquarius, to take this time out. And, everybody has needs. Everybody has needs. Let's see. Let's go into these real quick. I do feel a fear. There's a fear for some of you, not all of you, but a good number, anyways. That so you are fully aware that these feelings are stirring within you or another, and or another, your other. They're telling me your other. And there is a fear here of needs not being met and someone going outside the relationship. I can't tell you how you're supposed to feel about that, but I can tell you, if you're not willing to come forward and present this, or or even maybe you feel like your partner doesn't want this with you, but you haven't said that you need this to your partner, or your partner feels like they want this from you, but they haven't said, if no one's trying, if no one's putting forth any effort, I mean, then it kind of is what it is, isn't it? But I do feel, I am feeling a little bit of fear for a good number of you in that kind of area or energy, or both. I'm seeing someone, should I even say that? Y'all just need to get down and dirty, like outside in the rain. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might get a stick up your butt, literally, but it's okay. A little grass in the ass never hurt nobody. Worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Look, as I just said, like, I feel this kind of like worry and fear around, like, what if they're getting it from someone else? What if, like, if I don't act fast enough? I don't know that it's about acting fast enough. There's so much that needs to be considered here that I don't know really is. Humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Okay, yeah, I feel like definitely. That's why I said that. You heard what I said about the stick in your ass and the grass in your ass. Like, it's okay. It's okay to just have fun with it. Aquarius. Okay, forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. And like I was saying in the beginning, I feel like someone is sort of unfairly comparing two situations. So there may have been, because there is this feeling of like going outside of a relationship for some reason that may have already happened, or that may have like been on the, on the brink of a happening or something like that. I feel like two people maybe have come back together in a situation, or maybe there's some and maybe even new, if you're a new parent, that you may have some insecurities overall about your body. There's so many ways that this could go, but harboring these feelings and unfairly comparing these situations really is not going to help anybody. So it's really only creating resentment that's festering, and that's creating blockages, and it's obstructing the flow of the energy, and you're just not going to get anywhere with that, whether that, and that's even with no one else involved. You will find that in those types of energies, even if you exit everyone else out of the equation, you will still be internally conflicted, just self with self in those energies. So it really is no good for no one. All right, let's get some of these cards out here. I apologize, y'all, for the sniffles. I've got to be so annoying for y'all, and I truly am sorry, but there's kind of nothing I can do about it. Justice, equality, look, coming under that Scorpion. Okay, so here's the truth of it, here's the balance of it here. And justice related to Libra. All right, the the sign, the house of Venus, or the planet Venus. It's it sort of is that placement of pleasure, the finer things, and yeah, obviously intimacy is pleasure. You may also not feel like, I get this strong feeling of like insecurity, like someone doesn't view another as enough, but it also could very well be that one person is so insecure that they think the other person doesn't view them as enough, and that may not necessarily be the case. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. Look at how slow this is. I do feel like work and children, or just everyday life, if you don't have children, it could be something else that is your child, like a business, or even some people, they get a new car and that is their baby. It just kind of depends on, where you are. But there is this sort of mundane lifestyle, work, money, just regular everyday issues that I do feel like are coming in between this relationship. That's what I'm saying. You may have to take the time and make a little extra plans or take extra steps in order to make this happen, but it's definitely doable. For others of you, I really kind of don't want to put this scenario out there, but for others of you, there is a situation that someone has gone outside the relationship. They were looking for passion. I'm not saying they're right or wrong. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I have no place in that. That's not my place to judge. I just read energy. What I will say is that truth has come out, and I'm seeing overall it really not being faced. And you can only brush over something for so long. That will eventually have to be faced. Okay, Queen of Cups coming out after that. Okay, so there does need to be, and see, so I feel like somebody already knew about this, okay, because this is coming out underneath the secrecy, sensuality and passion stir beneath the cloak of secrecy. Someone already knew about this. They already had an inclination or a gut feeling, whatever their intuition was already kicking and telling them something was going on here. They already kind of knew the truth, but, either they just didn't ask, didn't want to, I'm hearing like ruffle feathers, didn't want to, create any ripples or, choppy waters or anything. They just didn't want to, I'm hearing, mess up a good thing. I'm seeing some really weird energy of like somebody not wanting to create any conflict because of a lifestyle choice. So I'm not really sure what that's about. That could go many different ways. Nonetheless, I'm seeing someone here like I said, you can only brush over something for so long, because as much as someone here may be acting like that wasn't a bother, it actually is bothering them a great deal. In fact. But that's only for a number of you. That's only for a small number of you, as far as that goes. For others of you, it is just really time to kind of put some time aside for you and yours and create that sort of intimate, passionate space, and be really, really understanding on a level that is only spiritual. Overall energy, you get the Four of Wands, unity. Like I said, this is very much like two people needing to come together. Even if there was a third party involved, or a fourth party, or a fifth party, for some of you, it was having a whole masquerade. Anyway, that. It's still, you still need to come back to one, even if it is only so that you can part ways. You still need to face the situation so that things do not fester and become volatile. I am seeing this volcano erupt, and they're telling me it's coming on. It's like there's a couple of different things here. Some of you literally need to let that volcano erupt. You know what I'm saying? And others of you, if you're not careful, bottling this up, saying that you don't care and that it doesn't bother you what has happened, even though that it does, you will, like a volcano, erupt. And that is, again, that's not going to be good for anybody. It's not going to be constructive. It's not going to be, it's going to leave a lot of things more broken than they already are. And for those of you that part of the reading is resonating with, or that scenario is resonating with, there's already enough broken. There's already enough there. Like, you don't really need any more. But for others of you, again, that unity, that sort of that coming together, that's really, really going to strengthen. And that is what both people want. As I said in the beginning, I think there's a miscommunication here, or a lack of communication here. And it could be that both people are just so busy with everyday life that they're unable to communicate this or whatever. But both people really, really want this level of satisfaction. They really want this time together, and that's going to satisfy a lot. I'm seeing someone being so renewed. So again, if you're resonating with that scenario in the reading, I strongly urge you to take this full moon time to get to know your partner, plan some romantic evenings, maybe get some romantic board games, get freaky with it. You don't even have to plan. Maybe sometimes the best things happen with spontaneous behavior. Because I literally seeing people outside in the rain, in the open, but because it's raining, no one's out there. Take it as you will. Get dirty with it. I love you, Aquarius. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for your support, and I will see you next time.